Today we're going to be talking about Power Rangers and the decline in viewership. I feel like I've done this before, I've just had deja vu. So, quite recently, Power Rangers now put out an article saying that the show has declined 75% since Saban brought it back from Samurai, and then we've had, quite recently, since the show's return, over 950,000 views watching. That, I think, was on when the show first came back, so it's probably not the most recent episode. I think it's episode 10 or 9. Anyway, so with going over it, I've kind of watched the series when I can, and I have to say the whole thing puts me off watching it completely. That's why I've not done reviews. I think I recorded 4 reviews and I never really got it out because I just couldn't do it because I don't have love for Ninja Steel like I have other shows from the Power Ranger brand. Now, some of the main things is I think it's on the wrong network. I think it should not be on Nickelodeon because the way that Nickelodeon works, and you've probably heard this thousands of times on different message boards or Facebook groups, is when the show orders 20 episodes, it says, we want this, and then the next season we want 20. Now, I kind of see it when they do this, I just think it is one. It's just like Super Ninja Steel, Super Mega Mode, whatever. I generally think that all the first season and second season are just one, and then we get 40 episodes. But I do think that we need longer episodes, as in like we need more of them. Rather than having 20 per season, I think that we should go back to the beginning. We should have 40 or plus episodes on there, and rather than having a hiatus, which I'm going to talk about, I think it should just continue on playing because you know that you're going to bring people in to watch it, and it's true. Now, with the sort of decline in viewership, what will happen is the show will get cancelled regardless of what you say or how you do it. The show will get cancelled, and it's up to Nickelodeon to do this. If they turn around and don't see a return on what they're meant to be showing, they're just going to turn around and go, we don't want this, this is a dead thing to us, we're wasting money by putting it on our channel, so no, goodbye and thank you very much, but yeah, see you later. And that's pretty much the show will get cancelled. Either they will sit on the rights for Power Rangers and they won't release it, or Saban can turn around after the contract is up, I think it's up for next year, so when next year comes along, that's when they can turn around and say, Nickelodeon is not going to be showing Power Rangers, but we are going to be taking it to this network. And I do think that Saban needs to take their property and go to another network that would look after the brand a lot better than what I see on Nickelodeon. One thing that I really want to talk about is the hiatus. I was going to make a separate video on this one, but I'm glad that this is kind of a big thing that we can like combine both. Now, a hiatus is basically when you see a show have a break. Now, I've normally seen this when it comes to The Flash, when it comes to Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl, things like that. You normally get like a 2-week break, maybe 3, something like that, before the show comes back. And I kind of think when you do this, you kind of lose a lot of people. Now, if you've got like a week or 2, that's fine, because again, people will come back, people will watch the series and be like, cool, I'm gonna wait for 2 to 3 weeks and I'm coming back. But when a show takes about 5 months and you're so close to beginning as well, like I've never seen like a series go from episode 1 to 8 and go, 5-month break, everyone. Now, if this was to get the show to turn around and say, hey, cool, let's do this, we need to spend some time editing, you've got kind of 20 episodes, so you kind of think that as soon as you start filming, as soon as episodes 1 to 2 are done, you're there in the editing bay, you're getting it done, you're getting it sorted, ready for release much later on. But, 5-month break, you could probably finish everything off in one go. And unfortunately, people do not have a long attention span. Some people do, some people don't. Where people can wait everything out, but if you've got kids and kids want to watch everything straight away, they're not going to sit around for 5 months waiting for the show to come back. They're going to go find something else. And once they find something else and they love a different show, boom, that's it. That's it. They're stuck. They are going to watch that more and invest their time in it. And this is when Power Rangers needs to stop having these long breaks. Now, if the contract comes up and Saban says, hey, we're going to be sticking with Nickelodeon, I do hope that they work out some sort of deal. I do hope that they turn around and go, well, we're not going to have the 5-month break. We're going to have a 2-week break. And we also kind of really want to have a longer season. So how about, rather than having 2 seasons, let's just have 1. And let's just go through it all, and that's what I kind of think needs to happen. Now, another thing I want to talk about is the storytelling. The storytelling in Power Rangers has gotten ridiculously bad over time. And I'm not just saying, oh, it's just maybe 1 or 2 episodes. It's generally every single episode that I see. And now, I kind of like Super Megaforce. I know I'm going to get shot and people are going to say, but it was the worst season, but I generally enjoyed it. I just liked some of the elements and I liked the characters. But when it comes to Dino Charge, again, I like the characters. Again, I still need to watch Super Dino Charge. But when it comes to Ninja Steel, I generally don't feel any connection to any of them. I feel like they took elements from Dino Charge and went, right, cool, that whole missing Tyler's dad thing, great, let's put it in this one and then we'll rebrand it really quickly and then we'll say the brother, oh yeah, the brother would be good. And then there's no suspense, there's nothing. Like, when I was watching Dino Charge and rewatching it and reviewing it, when Tyler's dad was meant to be in Fury, as Fury like captured this person, and it was Ivan, it was that kind of suspense that, oh my god, who is that? I really want to see, who is it? Oh, but then suddenly Ivan came out, I was like, oh, okay, and then when you saw later on Tyler's dad as a ranger, I was like, okay, fair play, I'm kind of intrigued. What's going on with this? But when I've watched Ninja Steel, there's nothing. There's been continuity errors, there's been a lot of different things in there that I've just generally gone, I don't care. I don't care. Satsuki don't care. And that kind of ruins it. One other thing is I would take out the comedy element, or meant to be comedy element, which is Victor and Monty. They're two characters that don't need to be in it, and I do feel that Ninja Steel is trying to recreate Bulk and Skull. Now, Bulk and Skull were iconic. They were a big part of my morphing all the way up to in space, and you know, but over time they kind of pushed back Bulk and Skull and didn't kind of include them that much. But in Ninja Steel, it feels like, oh, let's try and recreate them, let's try and make them funny, hey, let's put glue in the chocolate, that will make it set. I just generally just don't want them in the series. I think that they're bringing it down quite a bit. Now, no offense to the actors who play those characters, they may be really good guys, but just the way that they are and the way that they want to do stuff in the series, it just, I feel that comedy element shouldn't be there. And I kind of think that Saban, as well as the Power Ranger brand, kind of need to move away from it. Now, we know that it's all for kids. Yeah, fair enough. But you can make a show mature enough for kids and adults to enjoy. And we've seen this in stuff like Adventure Time, that regular show. And then obviously you've got like Steven Universe, where you can still install morals, you can still promote them, but you can then turn around and say, hey, yeah, guess what? We're gonna make this better. It just kind of really annoys me that Power Rangers has been one of the most amazing brands of my life, the one thing that I've supported a lot through my entire life, and to see it starting to decline because either the writers, the director, the way that the show isn't doing really well, and if they're getting like stuff from Heads Up. Now, a conversation I picked up saying that Nickelodeon has certain guidelines that they've got to adhere to. Yes, I actually looked at those guidelines, but you can work at those guidelines. So say, for example, it says you have to have this. Then you've seen this guideline and gone, right, we can write around that, we can write for it, and we can make it the best. If not, then, you know, stop putting an old hat in there and go, I don't care anymore. We saw it in Super Megaforce and Megaforce, where the director, I can't remember his name, if you know his name, put it in the comments, where he just didn't care. And you could see that this happened. You could see that he just didn't care. And even the actors themselves have said, well, you know, it wasn't the best. But when you look at them and what they do outside of like the Ranger world, you can see they're generally really cool people and decent, and they know how to do things. But again, we're digressing. Now, if they're also thinking about toy sales and the decline of that as well, that will happen. The show goes down, the toys don't get bought, and the show and everything gets cancelled. The legacy line will probably still continue, but then again, when it comes to other shows and like Ninja Steel and stuff out and forward to the next ones, they probably won't get as great toys or the toys they are now. But I also kind of think that you need to kind of upgrade the toys and make them slightly better rather than what we've had so far. That is for another video that I'm going to talk about later. But yeah, the toy sales decline, the viewership declines, everything just starts dropping and the show gets cancelled. And as a fan, as a brand that I have loved for pretty much most of my life, as I said, I kind of don't want to see this happen. I want to see the whole series bloom. I want to see it like grow and be amazing, but there has to be changes. Because this video is getting kind of long, I'm going to kind of wrap this up. I generally think that Saban or Nickelodeon should look at the fandom, look at the popular boards, look at the people that are most influential, look at the people making videos and say, okay, well, what was wrong with this? What can we do to make it better? Because the fans of the old show will know more, and I swear to God, if Tommy gets mentioned all the time, it's like, no, we've done with Tommy, just no more Tommy. But still, if you ask the fans what they want, you know, even if you had a fan on site to turn around and say, yeah, just change that a little bit, that doesn't match up with that past episode, or just ask things. You have a big fan base that you could easily go to and ask, and that's what I think the fans want. They want to be asked on what they would like to see, but always take it with a pinch of salt. Just say, okay, well, you know, we're releasing a poll. Who would like to see a new storyline? Let's say one of the Rangers turns evil halfway through the season and doesn't get released from evil until at the very end. Or let's say, hey, would we like to see the missing mother? Or would you like to see this happen? Put it in a poll, let people vote for it, and then discuss it. Throw a ball around the office and say, what would you like to see written in Power Rangers? What can we do from this story to adapt from the Sentai? What can we do to make this our own and make it as great as Power Rangers used to be? So I'm going to leave it there, otherwise I'm going to rant way too much and I don't particularly want that. So what are your thoughts, Rangers? What do you think about this? What would you like to see the show do? What would you like to see happen more? Let me know down below in the comments, and if you've liked this video, like, favorite, comment and subscribe. Check out all the other videos on the channel, and as always, thanks for watching and I'll see you in a bit.